Hi everyone, I'd like to introduce my 1991 Class C Itasca Spirit RV with a Ford E350 chassis, and we are out in the gorgeous Mogollon Rim, and I'm excited to give you a tour of this beautiful, renovated, glamorous home on wheels. When we're driving a lot, I do not like having to prep the rig for travel. So, one of the things that I am really eager to show you guys is how I set things up in the most stable way with museum putty, with bungee cords. So when we're ready to drive, we can very quickly hop in the driver's seat and go without having to secure a bunch of items. I've done a few tours on this channel, and what makes this tour different is this is a fall decor tour. I absolutely love bringing in beautiful seasonal design. So right here, you can see where my design was all colorful and bright for the summer. And now, with it being autumn, which is my name, and it happens to be the season we're in, I wanted to show you how beautiful this is with its autumn decor. I never really have done an exterior tour of the rig. So, let me show you. The outside of the rig is kind of like a standard 1990s rig. You've got little bits of damage, little things you can see right there. Little bits of rust in certain locations, but overall the undercarriage is not rusty at all, which is great. In terms of propane, I have a 12-gallon propane tank under there. So between mud and rust, that is kind of gross, but it's functional and it's hidden most of the time. So out of sight, out of mind. And there's the extended stay T-hose. I carry a grand total of 27 gallons of propane, 12 in this, 3 of those, and we're set for a few weeks depending on how cold it is. Over here I have 2 storage compartments, nothing exciting. I just carry like tools and then my chairs and tables and rugs, outdoor rugs such as that thing, go in the back here. I do have an awning that I've never opened in the entire time that I've used this. Apparently it's new. The previous owner put the awning on it. Maybe whenever I am around a bunch of fellow nomads in the winter, you guys can show me how to use it. Bought it with some damage. It's a little delaminated right here. I have my lovely outdoor living room set up. It's very nice to gaze out at the absolutely beautiful view. Have lunch here, drink coffee here, pet your dog here. I really like having the outdoor setup. I don't always set this up. I only set it up if I'm going to be somewhere for probably more than 3 days. If I'm somewhere less than 3 days, it's just not worth it to do the setup. This is an outdoor camping stove. This is what I used as my primary cooktop when I was living out of my converted car camper for a year and a half. And this is nice because whenever it's not too windy, I can cook outdoors. But when I am indoors, I am in absolute luxury. So I basically have 2 storage compartments, a big one down there, and that's where I store my propane, and my leveling blocks. Unfortunately, my audio had some issues. I am new to the audio mic world, and it turns out that my audio stopped working here. So I will narrate several parts of this video. Here I am telling you that I do not use plumbing in my rig, and I'm giving you the reasons why, which include it's very simple to not have plumbing. And after living in a converted car camper for a year and a half, I didn't use plumbing and I didn't want to go back. As a result, I removed some of the piping where the plumbing usually goes to open up more room for waste removal. I'm pointing out my gray tank and my black tank in that area and showing you the piping that used to be there. I ended up removing all of that so that this entire space has the capability to remove my waste whenever I'm ready to go into town for a chore day. In terms of waste removal, I am showing you here where I store number 2. Yeah, that's the life of a nomad, to share these personal details with the world. I'm also showing you where I store my trash. Then, when I'm ready to head back into town, I put those containers in that waste removal area of the RV and throw them away. So, that's the outside of my rig. Let's go take a look inside. the main things that's different from the last time I had done a tour is that these curtains are black. So a big thank you to my mom for reupholstering those. I don't know how to sew, so my mom made these curtains a perfect fit. The nice thing about these curtains, they're a full blackout as well as curtains that insulate. So it does keep a little bit of the heat in because they are thicker. This plexiglass might seem strange, but there's two reasons that this is really important for me. And that is because all of these here are secured with museum putty. So before I got the plexiglass, every single time I would drive, I had to secure these by putting them up there or throwing them to the back of the bed. And I just didn't want to do that. And I do think it's a really pretty finished look. Well, Chloe decided to join us. Hi, Chloe. How is it going today? Are you doing better? Chloe was not feeling well last night. So another nice thing about this plexiglass is every time I worked or ate, I actually didn't want to eat on these little doilies because they're white little lacy things. I didn't want to get them dirty. I didn't want to get stuff, so I was constantly moving them. Now they're just a design element under here, and I can easily work and do everything I need to do without having to constantly sort of rearrange the little pieces that are out on here. And I just love womansion, love that I don't have to take these down as I drive. I did the same thing here, this beautiful fall decor item here, as well as these cute little blue pumpkin thingies. They're secure with museum putty to a piece of plexiglass. It has occurred to me that some of you folks might not know what museum putty is, because I didn't know what it was until I started watching things on RV forums. So this is museum putty. And at least with how Gorilla sells it, they sell it in these little tiny squares. And what's so nice about museum putty is that it doesn't chip off paint. It doesn't pull away things or damage surfaces that it's on, yet it really holds things in place. This little desk I got at a thrift store for $10 when I was doing the original renovation. For the fall decor, I brought in this really pretty cute little blanket from Ross that was like $9.99. This also I think was like 12 or 13 bucks. This pretty throw that gives that nice gold autumn look. What's funny about this to me is the plexiglass for this cost $30 when the desk as a whole only cost me $10 from the thrift store. So that's just kind of funny. When I knew that I was going to use the plexiglass on the table and on the desk to secure items from not moving, I didn't necessarily plan on using plexiglass on the counter. But it just so happened that for only $10 more, I was able to do a whole plexiglass finish, and it just tied the entire look together because it's a little shiny with the plexiglass on top. And so now that it has this like sort of shine on the counter, it actually is really nice, and it's more functional because I'm able to wipe it down. When I just have these little shelf liner things, I have to take them off and clean them all the time. Plexiglass being a flat, smooth surface like a real countertop, I'm able to just wipe down with ease. So I don't use plumbing. So this sink is plastic bags. And this sink I actually use as a sink. I've got my little gray water tank that I just dump out usually every 1 to 2 days because I conserve water like crazy. Also, I have like dirty dishes in there. One thing that was especially annoying and still can be a little bit annoying is when you drive and then you open your cabinets, everything flies out at you. So two things I did. I set up my pantry to where that rarely happens, and I also, every time I stop driving, one of the first things that I do is I go and I open all my cabinets super slowly, super gently. It's just become a routine. In case anything flies out, I'm prepared to catch it so it won't break, and I don't get angry and irritated because that has been angry and irritating before. One of the ways that stuff doesn't fly out at me is to put it in little boxes and baskets. Even my mugs go in there, and that way there is less likelihood that stuff will fly out at me as I drive. I have a 4-burner cooktop with an oven, although I rarely use the oven. I really prefer to cook other ways because the oven cooks really unevenly. That being said, I do love roasted vegetables, so I'm probably gonna like fire up this oven again for the first time in like a year. here soon. Since I don't use my oven very much, I currently am using it as storage. Ooh, it gets dusty. That's crazy. I just cleaned that, but it gets really dusty. So I keep my skillets down there. I have a rice cooker. I have like a magic bullet in there. And of course, if I'd use my oven, it'd be really easy to take that out. That's not a lot to move. I love this. I saw this, I think on Pinterest, got the idea to cover the 4-burner stovetop with this beautiful thing. And I did want to share, so this was originally like the off-white color that came with the RV, and I got it, oh gosh, what do they call it whenever they, I'll have to think of the name, what they do whenever they blast it and actually change it to be black. I spray painted and it kept nicking. This I just think is really pretty. I like my silver, really pretty bowl of produce, really nice little teapot. So one of the only things that I have to take down and secure when I drive is this. I just take all of this down, set the produce either in the fridge or on the bed, put this on the floor because usually it has water in it, and put this on the bed. This is the only thing that I have to like move to secure when driving. So this is the gorgeous pantry. Really, really fantastic use of space here. And this whole thing is a bathroom. One of the first things I want to show you in this bedroom is the view. It's sort of like an optical illusion. I feel like it makes it look like I'm closer to the cliff's edge than I actually am. There's a good like 25, 30 feet between me and that cliff's edge. The window cranks have been broke since I bought it. So I just use a pin to hold that open and get a nice airflow. There is so much storage in this room. Not only do I have this whole closet on each side with a whole set of drawers down below, there's storage up above right here. I have another closet over here. There is so much storage under the bed. This is where I keep pants and all sort of the lower body items. Up there is my shirts and the upper body items. Speaking of clothing, I'd like to share about today's video sponsor, Venesta's. Venesta's has an entire array of heated clothing apparel. I partnered with Venesta's last November in fact, when I was living in 20 degrees in the camper. By the way, I've been living in much colder conditions this year, so I have definitely been using the heated jacket from Venesta's to stay warm inside my rig as well as when I go outdoors. Today, I'm sharing about their heated socks, and Venesta's has sent me 2 different types to try, full foot coverage as well as half foot coverage. Their packaging is like perfect for a Christmas gift. Oh my gosh. So one thing, I had the same reaction to this when I opened it up last year, where you know when you open something and the quality is significant. You can feel it. This must be the little cord to plug the battery in. So the charging cord, you can charge them both at once. So it's one cord that splits into 2. Well, the heated jacket is working so well that I'm starting to get hot. So to turn it off, you just press this button. What a difference! Holy cow. Look how awesome this is. It's thick, it's insulated, it's heated. One of my most frequently asked questions is how I stay warm while living on the road, particularly in fall and winter months. And I have to tell you, when I find a product that is incredible, I really do love to share it with you. It's why I reached out to Venesta's to say, hey, I loved your jacket so much last year that I would love to work with you again. And RV floors are freezing in the winter, even with the rugs that I have. And I just thought it would be incredible to have a pair of heated socks. So as I'm sharing about Venesta's, I just want to let you guys know that I'm so happy with their products, that I think they're one of the best investments you can make to stay warm in the nomadic life. This is probably a strange thing to share in this particular segment, but I have taught meditation for years, and the way these socks feel on my feet in this just wonderful, cool, steady, gentle heat, it is so relaxing and tranquil that I legitimately believe this would help my meditation experience. So Venesta's not only has heated jackets and socks, they also have a whole bunch of heated apparel. They have vests, they have hoodies, they have gloves for men and for women. If you have people in your life who love the outdoors, check out Venesta's for some Christmas gifts. This morning I was able to enjoy a 25-degree sunrise in the warmth of my heated Venestas jacket and heated Venestas socks. You can see the little glow indicating the heat is on as I walk. I've listed links to their products in the video's description, and you can check out their website at venestasofficial.com. All right, guys, back to the tour. Up here is just more storage. I have like all my toilet paper in there, toiletries. Paper towels are an absolute must that I found in the nomad life, whether it's living in a car or an RV. Paper towels, gosh, just a whole bunch of back stock of bathroom stuff. So to be able to have the back stock of all of this is really, really nice. And then just whenever I go do a chore day after being out boondocking for a long period of time, I stock up on those things and it works out really well. Now, just recently I broke the gas hydraulic strut thingies that held the bed up, and that's because I have so many blankets on my bed. I've got like 5 total, which is less than what I was using last year when I was using 8, but having 5 heavy blankets on my bed, the bed was too heavy and the weight, basically the struts couldn't hold up the weight. I may replace these struts. I did find the part number, but one thing I've discovered with these old RVs is sometimes getting replacement parts is not easy. It's extremely frustrating and time consuming and expensive, and there are often other alternatives that are far easier. So I'm going to show you. This is a closet hanging rod. Just stays there secure. Let me show you what's under the bed. So the freshwater tank used to be down in that area. It was about 32 or 33 gallons. Well, this is how I restock all my water. I carry a grand total of about 40 gallons of water between where I store it up here and also in the front. These little things are hot hands. I throw 2 of those packs under covers with me at night. It's like a heated blanket. It's how I stay warm. I also have my 30-degree sleeping bag in the event that it just gets too cold. Seasonal clothing, extra storage. That's my gym bag. So whenever I do go shower, I can just put this up, pull it out. I only do that once every 1 or 2 weeks, so I don't need to access it all that much. And I did bring a bike helmet in the event that I purchase a bike. We'll see. There's my Dr. Prepare power station. I like to keep that by my bed so I can keep my phone charged. Also, there is my giant Jackery. What's so nice about that is it's tucked away, it's out of the way, and I don't have to take it outside when I want to charge it. I can just get its solar panels and set them up right outside this window and bring the cords in, and I plug them in here while the Jackery panels are right outside charging. Help us grow our channel. Hit that subscribe button. I absolutely love the wall decor. So I got these little 12 by 12 tiles. They were gray from the dollar store. I put them on the wall, painted them white, and now I have this beautiful textured, gorgeous wallpaper so that I never have to move anything in this room when I drive. This you can kind of see down here has museum putty, and then I have museum putty connecting this cute little thing to that bracket. So that stays when I drive. Also, I ended up screwing these into the wall, so I just drilled straight through the art piece on each of those. I'll show you on this one, and that way I never have to remove those when I drive. Here, cute little doily, as well as museum putty with both of those, so I don't have to move those when I drive either. So there is nothing in this room that I have to prep for driving so that it doesn't fall when I drive. Let's check out the bathroom. So first, this mirror is screwed into the door. There's several places where the screws enter. This beautiful flower is usually what is right over there, but right now I have the fall decor. So I needed a place to put this for once fall is over. And right now it's just got museum putty on the counter so it doesn't move when I drive. All of these things are secure when I drive. I put museum putty here, so this is secure, won't move when I drive. And then this is my makeup container. I didn't want to use museum putty because I take it out to go sit and put on makeup in the morning, but I didn't want it to move when I drive, so I just got like a drawer handle, screwed it into this countertop. By the way, there did used to be a sink here. I covered it when I knew I wasn't going to use plumbing, because then it's usable space. I can stand here, brush my teeth, and this beautiful box of makeup does not move when I drive because this keeps it in place. And then I just put 2 little push pins on the side there, so this stays in place when I drive. This is my medicine cabinet, water for toothbrushing, and just stuff that you'd have in any kind of toiletry life. So this is a ton of storage, especially after living in a car. By the way, dry shampoo is what allows me to stay hygienic after not showering for like weeks at a time. This is a really nice piece of storage as well. So I just have more toiletries. These are biodegradable bathroom bags for a camp toilet. This is how I go number 2, you guys. Back stock of like things like toothpaste and makeup and just medicine, stuff you need. Chloe's food. This is my AppyCool fridge, which was in my car for a while. Now the reason I brought a fridge in here is in the event that my RV fridge were to stop working, I wanted a backup without having all of the food that is in here go bad. So this is a lovely size fridge. I absolutely love the size of the fridge in here. It allows me to have enough food to bring out for long periods of time. And I also love having a freezer. I mean, it feels like pure luxury to have a freezer when I'm boondocking. That's incredible. So I bring this AppyCool fridge with me as a backup. It's not plugged in. And because it would fly off of this little platform, I put handles on 3 of the 4 sides to keep it in place. So that way when I drive, it does not move. So check out what I call my shower closet. Down there is where I store paint and paintbrushes in case I need to do touch-ups. That is just more toilet paper and toiletries. Here is my trash. It's just trash and coffee and stuff. This is my trash can though. And I take that out each night so the mice don't want to get in. I actually am probably going to spray paint this because the royal blue does not go with my aesthetic. But this, you guys, is my toilet, essentially. So if you don't want to see what I use to go to the bathroom, skip. But this is a female urinal. It technically was like a medical device when somebody's bedridden, but it works perfectly for the nomad life. Go in there, pour your urine in here or here. This is just a backup one in the event that I, for some reason, couldn't pour this out. But I just pour this out like once or twice a day. This is 1 gallon. And it's super easy. This is where I store my toilet paper and stuff. This is the like disinfecting wipes just to keep everything like really nice and sanitary. For number 2, I showed you that up here I had the biodegradable camping bags, and back here I have my camping toilet. So you just set that up, go to the bathroom, store it outside where I showed you. This is where I keep my solar panels. These are 2 Jackery panels. I have my dustpan back here. Also, I'd like to show you this so that I could drive without having to put this down on the floor so it wouldn't fall over. I took a bungee cord and just bungeed the whole system into a couple of hooks, which you can see there. So it's like secure and it will not move when I drive. Jackets, all on hooks. Hats, that's Chloe's jacket. Beanies. Oh, by the way, having the ice chest for the whole like urine thing first, it doesn't smell because the urine is in here and this is like typically for a liquid, and so that holds the smell in. But just an extra layer to keep things nice and fresh and not stinky, the ice chest keeps the stench. So initially I was like, oh my gosh, can I put clothes so close to my bathroom? And yes, I can, and there's no issue. Over here I have my fly swatter. This is how I rescue bugs. I catch a bug or a spider in here, and then I get my fly swatter to cover it and go release them. I've got my broom. So this is just like a super functional little closet. I just took, like, this is from the dollar store. I just took this, screwed it in to hold my gloves and everything. Museum putty on the shower little ledge works great. So this is a really functional space, organized, etc. Also, I reupholstered yesterday before doing this tour. I reupholstered these cushions. This is also amazing and super functional. So it was really annoying when I had to pull everything out and plug it in and get it ready every single time I needed to work, and then to put all that away. It was just a daily annoyance. So I wanted to do something that made work super easy. So I took more handles and just put this here, screwed it right into this piece of wood. By the way, this is just a 3/4 inch plywood with upholstered of like a rug that I got from Walmart. This over here, I have another one of these right over here, so that way when I'm driving I don't have to move those things. I screwed that little basket that has the mouse and my AirPod. I screwed that into the piece of wood, and then all I have to do now when I want to work is sit down, grab my laptop, plug it into its power cord here, and turn on whichever power station I have it plugged into. All of these do not need to move when I drive. I screwed this one into the wall, as you can see there. This is screwed into the wall as well. You can't tell, but here and here, for whatever reason, this does not move as I drive, which is nice because then I can change that piece of art out seasonally. This is my current solar charge controller. I'll probably replace this eventually, but I'm able to just move this off, secure it here. And sometimes I do move this flower when I drive. It might fall off whenever something's bumpy, but I didn't want to like secure it with museum putty or a screw because I do have to take it off to read the charge controller sometimes. Also, this really pretty thing here. This, I have a nail with like holding it in the back, but then I put museum putty all along the side, so this will never move when I'm driving. This is my Wave 6 catalytic heater. I do use this. These have great reviews. Some people leave them on all night long. Unfortunately, I can't have this on for more than like 1 to 2 hours without getting a headache, and that is because it emits carbon monoxide. And I have 4 carbon monoxide detectors, but my brain, which is the 5th carbon monoxide detector, is the most accurate because I get a headache when I use that for too long, even when I'm venting like 2 to 3 times the recommended venting. Let me show you all my detectors. So here is a high quality carbon monoxide detector. I've got one right here, and I also have one in the bedroom right by my bed. I also had Sergio, my RV repair guy, install this. This is a propane and carbon monoxide detector. I also have that carbon monoxide detector. So I have them at different levels in the rig and different types, and 4 total, so I feel really safe and protected that way. I also have a second smoke detector there, so good and safe, you know. I absolutely love the loft. I love Class C's because this is like a little fort area, and in fact I am planning to probably do something a little different with this loft. Like right now it's essentially a massive bed. This is practically a king size bed. I do like to read up here. I like to work up here when I'm doing like video editing, and I love looking at the rig from this angle. It is so pretty, and it's not a vantage point I get very often. Below me is the cab, which I've not renovated. That is a project that I'll probably do, I'm guessing, sometime in January or February, because the truth is I'd like to open this up and look out the front. I mean, just the sheer visibility factor with all the windows is so pretty when this is open. Thanks so much for watching this tour of our lovely, beautiful tiny home on wheels. I absolutely love sharing this RV with you guys. Help us grow our channel and follow along on our adventures. Hit that subscribe button below, like, comment, all the things. Thank you. Bye-bye.